there, dreamers.
Hey there, Doris.
What's up, dreamers? It's me, Jacqueline. Welcome back to Dreams of Music and Makeup. I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to say hey, and I hope you're excited because today my dogs picked my makeup. It was a little bit of an adventure. We had a good time. I think Darcy was pretty tired of it about halfway through, but we had a lot of fun with it. I hope you enjoy it. If you do and you're excited for it, please click the thumbs up button so that I know. That really helps. If you enjoy sweet little puppies like this Darcy. This is just half of the clan. I couldn't get the other half in here for this intro, but anyway, if you're excited to see how we selected this look and just how that went down, keep watching. Can you look up here? Can you look up here? Oh, what cuties. Yes, good kids. Are we gonna pick mommy's makeup? All right, you guys. We've got primers. Looks like Bentley likes this one. Darcy, which primer? Which one? Darcy really likes the number 7. We have foundations. Looks like they're already kind of investigating. We have the Revlon Color Stay Full Cover, this new one here. I have the Vitalist Healthy Elixir by CoverGirl. This is the number 7 Stay Perfect. I have the Wet n Wild Mega Cushion and the CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made Foundation. Can you pick one? Which one, Benny? Yeah, the number 7 is getting a lot of attention from both, so I think we're gonna go with this. Darcy, enough. We got eyeshadow primers now. I have the Urban Decay Eden eyeshadow primer, the Too Faced Shadow Insurance, the Milani eyeshadow primer, and then the original Urban Decay primer potion. Which one do you like? Benny, which one do you like? You like this one? Okay. Thank you. Good job. You like it? Yeah. Do you need a wrestle break? No. Can you go potty? Yeah. Okay. We're gonna take a potty break and we'll be right back. Here, Benny. Let me show them. No. Sit. You sit. Darcy, sit. So we have the Tarte Shape Tape in light neutral. I have this Sephora Collection Bright Serum Concealer. I have the ColourPop No Filter Concealer, which I require 2 colors in, as well as the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer that I need 2 colors in. Okay, I've got Benny's picked. Hey! Hey! Darcy wants ColourPop. Apparently we have a tie. Bentley seemed much more into this one, but she went and tapped that one. Maybe we'll mix these two. I haven't mixed these 2 formulas yet, so maybe we'll do that. So we've got the Ofra Makeup Fixer, which everyone's very interested in. The Chill Makeup Setting Spray from Urban Decay, which we're also hovering over. The MAC Fix Plus Original, as well as the Shimmer version. What do you guys think? Darcy, no grooming right now. Which one? Which of these? Yeah, you like Mom. I know. Darcy, do you have a favorite, Darce? Lays right in the middle. She can't decide either. Which one? I know setting sprays are hard, but can you pick one? Can you pick one for us? Which one? With this one? With this one, Darce. Oh, we like that one. Yeah, we like that one? Okay, we'll do that one. Got a couple of eyeshadow palettes lined up. We have the Wet n Wild Rosé in the Air, which is kind of the dupe for the Modern Renaissance by Anastasia. I have the Anastasia Soft Glam. I have the Milani Most Loved Mattes. And then I have the Kathleen Lights and ColourPop Dream Street palette. Which one? Oh, Bentley likes Dream Street. Yeah? Darcy, do you like this one? Oh, do you like this one? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go with the Dream Street palette. Oh, let's pick a brow gel. I only picked 3. The Essence Make Me Brow, the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel or the NYX Control Freak, which is a new one I'm testing out from the drugstore. Bentley really likes the Essence one. Okay, bud. Do you want to pick one? Bentley, that's enough. He just tried to pick this up with his mouth. Okay, I think we're gonna go with that one. Darcy, do you want to pick our brow product? I have 3 pencils and then a pen. So if she picks the pen, I'm gonna make her pick a pencil. And it seems like she's already picking the pen. Yeah, you want this one? Okay. So she picked the Maybelline Tattoo Studio forked felt tip pen thing that I've been trying out lately. So we're gonna use that. But I do need another product because I can't use that in my whole brow. So let's pick a pencil, Dars. So I have the NYX one, the e.l.f. one, and the Hourglass one. Which one? Which one, Dars? She just laid down by the e.l.f. and keeps sniffing it, so we're gonna use the Ultra Precise brow pencil. While we're on a roll, let's pick an eyeliner. Again, I only have 3 for you. They're losing interest very quickly. Which one? Yeah, I know, you always pick mommy, but Darcy, do you have a preference? Darcy, pick one. Which one? Well, she has twice laid down pointing to this. Looks like they're both going for Kat Von D's. I've got 3 mascaras. I've got the new Bentley. What are you doing? So I've got the new Revlon Volumazing mascara, the NYX Worth the Hype mascara, and the Maybelline Lots of Lashes mascara. Which one? Benny, which one? Oh, he liked the purple one. Well, she settled on this one last too. Should we do a lip color? Got lots of choices here. We both seem very interested in this. What's this? Bear With Me, the Healthy Lip. Bentley also approves of the Empty Bin. Thank you, Bentley. Seems like he really likes this one too, which is the Maybelline Color Jolt in Strip Down. Wow, Bentley, you're being a bigger help than your sister. Thanks, bud. I really thought Darcy would be better at this, because Bentley is scared of banana objects, but she's not. Come here. Come. Good boy. Come. Darcy, come. Darcy, come. Good girl. Can you help mommy pick a powder? Which one do we like? Okay. We have a Milani one, our CMA, Laura Mercier, or Maybelline. What do you think? Which one? Which one, bud? Which one do you like? Bentley likes Milani. Darce, what do you think? Is that okay? I think she approves as well. I think they can smell the powder through the seam in this one. So that is the Milani Prep Set and Glow. All right, Bentley, work your magic. Darcy. Okay, Bentley likes Milani again. Again, I think you can smell it through the seam. Enough. I got your pick. Darcy. Darcy, come choose. Good job. A Makeup Geek Duochrome highlighter. This I believe is a pink and gold. I have the Anastasia and Amrezy highlighter. I have this Laura Mercier in 01. I have the Wet n Wild limited edition Moon Tears loose highlighter. And then I have the Maybelline Master Chrome in rose gold. Darcy seems swayed towards the Wet n Wild. Really likes the Wet n Wild. Okay, you want this one? All right, we'll use this one. He doesn't want me to leave this one out either. He really likes the Maybelline Master Chrome too. I know, you're having so much fun. All right, so we'll let him do 2 highlighters. He clearly knows his mommy. Last thing, you guys, last thing. Darcy, you don't have to shove him. We know. This is our last category. You gotta pick a good one, okay? Okay? All right. So I have the Essence Matte Bronzing Powder, this L'Oreal True Match Luminous Bronzing Powder, this e.l.f. Forever Sun Kissed Primer Infused Bronzer, or the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. Darcy, which one? Darcy kind of just parks herself by one, so I guess that's her pick. Bentley, will you pick one? Bentley also likes the L'Oreal one. Okay, I did add one product just because I needed a little bit of evening out on my lid and I didn't have a neutral enough shade in this palette, so I did grab my Wet n Wild Single in Creme Brulee. Let me go ahead and catch you up. Using my Wet n Wild Fluffy Crease Brush, I'm going to start building the crease. This is the perfect transition for anything you want to do with kind of a warm base. I just love this. It's like a more intense makeup geek peach smoothie. I'm not being too precise with this. I'm just kind of blowing out the entire upper crease. I just want a solid color fading up to my skin tone. This is kind of the opposite technique from the last tutorial that I put up for you guys with the shimmery tones that I used out of the Soft Glam palette. So with that technique, you want to focus on getting the shimmers adhered to that fresh, sticky primer. In this technique, you want to slowly build your colors so that your deep ones have really, really rich pigment. It makes such a beautiful shade and light type impact on the eye to stick with all mattes. So I hope you guys enjoy that as much as I do. I'm picking up a natural bristle crease brush. This one happens to be the C441 from Crown. These disperse less color than synthetic brushes. And we're going to layer that slightly underneath so that that orange is just peeking out over the top, or we're just kind of adding some depth to the crease. And I'm focusing the most color on this outer corner. Just building that until it's opaque, and we'll move on to the next shade. To pick up Potion, I'm going to use my Sigma E25, layering this on the outer V and into this outer crease. Just to blend a little bit, I'm picking up just a tiny bit of Potion and then Shooting Star again to start transitioning that into a slightly lighter version in the crease. Looks like I'm losing a little bit of that pigmentation, so I am going to pick up a little bit more Potion. Just going back to the last brush we used that still has Shooting Star on it, I'm going to blend. Whoop, Darcy? You're imagining things. Hush. And then on a Real Techniques shading brush, I'm going to pick up Elfish, which is this darkest color here at the bottom, and start adding that on the outermost corner. Picking up the tiniest bit at a time, and then I'm just reaching back to that Sigma E25 to blend the edge. I did grab the Wet n Wild Creme Brulee Single on this Wet n Wild tapered blending brush, and I'm just going to add that on this area where my skin is otherwise pretty bare with that primer. I don't normally do a shimmery highlighting shade on my entire brow bone, but I tend to perspire first on my brow bone and my upper lip, so I try to set that with a powder before going in with any base product just to ensure the longevity. I'm going to create a wing on my right eye to match this one. What I did on this eye was create a very horizontal line going kind of straight out from this corner, so because this one I have to draw it lower for this hood, so I'm hoping they're going to be easier to match up today. Oh, of course. You know, I blinked and messed up the other eye, so I gotta mess up this eye too. This only happens to me on camera, I swear. And it only happens to me with the Kat Von D because it's waterproof and really hard to remove. I'm ready to prime my face. I'm gonna use the No. 7 Airbrush Away Radiance Boosting Primer. This was Darcy's pick. I know Bentley very aggressively picked the NYX Angel Veil Primer, but he picked most of today's makeup in the end, so I'm gonna go with her pick, especially because my skin is very dry today. I have already dampened my Maybelline Face Studio blender. This is my favorite blender that is available. It is very affordable. It's $6 usually, depending on what drugstore you find it at, or you can get it online. We're going to be using the No. 7 Stay Perfect foundation. This is in the shade Warm Ivory. My self-tanner has worn off at this point, so I am back down to the lighter shade. If you have not yet seen my latest empties video, I will link that for you over in the corner. Go check that out after this one if you would like. I'm going to do something a little unusual. I hope that it will cover this blemish. So, taking a little bit of the Prep Set and Glow powder on just a flat brush. I'm just going to take a light amount and just tap that over this blemish. I'm going to pick up a little bit more foundation and layer it on top so it can adhere to that powder. This is something that you can do very carefully with three-dimensional blemishes, as long as you're very careful and use very light layers. This is how I cover things. So at least you don't have the discoloration. You still have the three-dimensional aspect of it, because you can't cover that unless you have prosthetics of some sort. But that's what I do for really stubborn blemishes that tend to peek through. I'm going to do that just one more time so that doesn't get affected, hopefully. Just have a little patch of matte before I go in with concealer. Oh well. I'm going to mix the two concealers that my dogs picked. Bentley was really into the Sephora one, and Darcy picked the No Filter concealer by ColourPop. I'm going to put a little bit of the No Filter in the shade 14, closest to my inner corner. Sephora collection one out here. I'm going to let that dry a little bit and start working on my brows. Darcy, come here. You want your nest? She can't figure out how to get inside of a blanket by herself, so if I lift the edge up for her, she will climb in. Otherwise, she kind of wanders around the room until I help her. Taking the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil in the shade Taupe. Just giving a general shape to my brows. I'm not going to be able to finish them before blending my concealer. That's just kind of where I start. So far, I'm really liking this concealer combo that my dogs picked. I have not tried out the Sephora collection concealer with the ColourPop No Filter concealer. So far so good on that. Let's keep working on my brows. I like to wait a little while before I set my under eye concealer, just to tap out any creasing that it's done and just kind of make sure I don't have any excess product down there. So I'm gonna let it kind of be for a moment before we introduce any powders. Man, it's getting me right anyway. I don't know why my eye won't stop watering, but that's adding a new level of difficulty to this challenge. Darcy was very insistent on the first brow product that she chose as well. You gotta add a little bit of Darcy's #1 pick for the brows. This is the Maybelline new Tattoo Studio Brow Tint Pen. I picked up the shade Soft Brown, and I'm gonna use this to add little individual hair-like strokes to the front of my brows. Also kind of do it in the sparse areas to add texture on top of that brow pencil. Looks like brow hairs to the skin, so I really enjoy that. It claims to be waterproof, which I don't necessarily think is the case. At least I think it claims to be waterproof. No, it doesn't. Never mind. It isn't. I'm going to set this little bit right around my brows because that's where it tends to get kind of smudgy. I don't like to clean up my brows with concealer. I don't find it necessary, but this can be really helpful so that the brow product doesn't transfer over to any kind of tacky skin base. I'm gonna blend out my under eyes one more time before we go in and set them. Just using a Real Techniques setting brush and this Milani Prep Set and Glow that the dogs picked. Really glad you couldn't see that on camera. I could see a hair on my eye and I pulled it out. That was creepy even for me. Now that I've set my face, I'm gonna go in with this Lumi bronzer from L'Oreal. This is the light shade. This is a really pretty bronzer. It does have a pretty satin sheen to it. This light shade is a pretty neutral color. The medium is a much more warm, kind of orangey base. For blush, I'm going to take the Milani Powder Blush in Blossom Time Rose. This is a pretty coral with a soft kind of golden sheen. Before we go in and finish the lower lash line, let's highlight my face. Bentley, my sweet little boy, knew his mom too well and picked two highlights. The Wet n Wild Moon Tears as well as Maybelline Master Chrome in Rose Gold. I think I'm going to use Rose Gold on most of the face and use Moon Tears on the high points because that one's really intense. This is a beautiful highlight with a pretty neutral undertone, just a slight pinkiness to it. I really, really like it. I feel like even really fair folks can get away with this. Let's do that blue lower lash line we were talking about. I'm going to use this Real Techniques Instapop crease brush to do that because it has this nice kind of slanted edge, so I can get really close to that lash line pretty precisely. I'm pressing at first so there's no fallout before I start to kind of work it into the skin sideways. Also, tapping off the excess will be really helpful with this step. The key with this technique is to not be intimidated by where your lower lash line creases. So this actually does a pretty good job of disguising them by putting shadow over them. When you put matte shadow over any sort of wrinkle, it kind of makes them recede. You can't really see it as well, especially with darker shadows. So when you blow out your lower lash line, just do it proportionately to your face, but don't worry about your little creases and everything because powder sets, so it won't matter if it's moving and that sort of thing. Wipe off this brush a little bit, and then I'm going to flip it around so that blue part is still by the blue, but I'm going to start blending it out with this shooting star color. Run that just closest to my lash line, right on this inner third. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the lower lash line on the other side, and then I will check back in with you guys in a minute. I have set my face with the Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray. My Runnin' on Low one turned up empty, about 2 sprays in, so I had to kind of swap out. Now we're going to go in with some brow gel, courtesy of Bentley, nearly trying to eat this one. This is in the shade Soft Brownie Brows. All that's left is mascara and lips. So we have the Revlon Volumizing Mascara All right, last but not least, we have the lip that they picked for me, which is Bear With Me. Toned that down with a little bit of this Maybelline Stripped Down Color Jolt. Overall, I think they picked a pretty good look for me. I'm pretty happy with this. I probably should have done a blue smoky eye with these colors, but I do have an event tonight and I didn't really want to wear something that bold. Where I live, people wear very, very minimal makeup usually, so it's a little intimidating as is. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button. That helps me a lot. And subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love to have you around for 2 beauty videos a week. My dogs do feature in them sometimes, not always, but it's always fun when they do join us for things. Oh, such a good girl. What do you think? What do you think of the makeup you picked? You feel neutral? You prefer the window? I know. Do you like the makeup? You picked it! This is just normal Darcy behavior, honestly. Like, will you hold me? Okay. I really enjoy this makeup look. I hope you guys do too. If you enjoyed this video, let me know. Click that thumbs up button. Leave a comment if you wish. I would love to hear from you. I hope you keep dreaming, and I hope you're having a wonderful day or evening wherever you are. I'll catch you in my next video.